Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Double RT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr.A, and this is the Double RT Boxing Show. Ready, talk that boxing. We're doing some Eddie Hearn talk, Anthony Wilder talk. I do gotta admit, after all this BS, I'm not surprised because if you are following this channel, that's why I don't make too many videos about this fight because, I never have faith in this fight happening. I always been saying that this fight, from the get-go, soon as it was announced that this fight was never happening, before the fights were even announced, I said Joshua is going to fight Povetkin, Miller, and White. Those are my choices. Then he's going to fight Deontay Wilder. I think I said he was always going to get his 3 mandatories out the way. We'll see how right I am. I got the Povetkin right so far. I got before it was announced, I said Miller was going to fight Pulev for that White fill-in so he can become an IBF mandatory. We got White and Parker so he can become the WBO mandatory. So far, my predictions on Joshua's future is looking like it might come true. Now, as far as the whole hoopla and Deontay Wilder and Joshua fight, out of the contracts and all that shit, I'm not gonna choose sides, who's fucking who over and who's stalling who, because I think they each got a little bit too. I just said I'm not gonna pick sides, but I think they each got a little bit to go. Did Wilder's team really agree to the rematch thing? Joshua's saying he wants $50 million, then he doesn't, so they changed that part. So if that was true, like in that Coogan interview, they said this is what Wilder's team agreed to, that rematch clause. Only if Wilder wins, if Joshua wins, there's no rematch. Well, hey, if he agreed to that 4 weeks ago, all the crap installing, no venue dates and all that, hey, I changed my mind just like AJ changed his mind about fighting in the U.S. So, hey, there was no official contract signed, so they both have the right to change their mind on something. So the $50 million, the rematch clause, cancel each other out. They each changed their mind on some bullshit. Now, to me, the bullshit change mind makes more sense for Deontay Wilder. The rematch. Even though Deontay Wilder's coming to her saying, I'm going to knock his ass out, why would you need a rematch? It's not about the fight itself. It's the bullshit which can happen in boxing. We just seen Javier Fortuna fall through the fucking ropes. Now, what if this fight ends in some bullshit like that? What if there's some accidental headbutt? Like I said, the rematch ain't for the fighters. The rematch is for us fans so we don't get a fucking bullshit ending. That's why I lean with the rematch for both fighters. It's either no rematch or rematch for both fighters. That's why I lean towards Wilder's side of the contract being redrawn. But other than that, I'm not going to talk about the contracts no more. It's bullshit. Now, the new offer, I could talk about that part. That 5 and 15. So basically, he's offering Wilder $20 million and say he's going to get paid the same amount he got paid for Ortiz against Dominic Brazil, his mandatory. So he's offering him an extra $17 million. Because you figure he got $2 million, 2.5, whatever, for Ortiz. Say Heyman finds a way to pay him, same thing for Brazil. So an extra $17 million. Now, I think it's the $15 million I still think is very low for what I believe this fight was going to generate. But hey, if he wants to say, hey, I take a low ball offer like he's been like the champ's been saying all over the internet. I take a that lowball offer to whoop his ass. Might as well take 15 million, you know. Now, where I do have a problem with that is, I don't know if I'm contradicting myself saying not talking about it, but hey, fuck it. We're gonna talk about it. I have a problem with, and you know, fucking, is this one of those Oscar De La Hoya type contracts? You could get the fight, but I'm gonna promote your next 2 fights. You know, so he says, I give you 15 and the rematch. Is he promoting that rematch? Is there something? Remember, Oscar De La Hoya tried to get Spence, and who else did he try to get to fight Cotto? He tried to get Spence to fight Cotto. I think Garcia to fight Cotto. But that one weird thing was, it wasn't just a one fight. Like, yeah, you could get this great fight, but I'm going to promote your next 3 or 4 fights. Is that one little sentence being left out on that interview with Coogan? It's weird. Like I said, am I reaching? Am I saying? But it just, you know, De La Hoya proved it that that's what promoters do. Like, we'll give you a good offer, but there's something on the back end we're not really telling the public about, you know. And I really gotta see, is it just okay? Just these 2 fights, like I said, and does he want to promote this second fight? I'm pretty sure it's just Deontay doesn't have. Well, he's with DeBella Entertainment Promotions, but is it strictly a Matchroom Promotions? Both fights? Is it a tie-in that, you know, you win, you beat Joshua, you get the rematch in New York or wherever the fuck the USA it is. I get that promotion, that fight, and I get the promotion of your next fight. You know, we don't know, because remember, he's always been wanting to sign Deontay Wilder. He's been saying it and saying it and saying it. So is this his way of getting Deontay Wilder to fight for him? See, little small things like that. And I know it's BS. I shouldn't be saying it, but the way shit's been happening in boxing, it made me think. I'm like, wait a minute. Could this be a snake contract? Because other than that, just the numbers wise, it sounds pretty fucking good. 5, 15. There's nothing. I don't see nothing wrong with that aspect. But now, like I said, then you go into the rematch. I think the rematch is for. It needs to be a rematch clause for us fans. It's just an assurance for us. You know, no fucking bullshit ending. We want a true fucking fight. Like I said, if it's a fucking headbutt and like what the fucking second round fucking headbutt, a fucking Glasgow twisting his knee, Fortuna falling through the ropes, you know. Remember Lindroy Thomas and David Allen too? Remember that shit? Like what the fuck headbutt? So for the rematch, double rematch clause is insurance for us, the fans. That's what I think. And then really make sure it's no snake back in on that contract. Now, the Hearn talk. Eddie Hearn, he's, like I said, could that be the way of him, you know, maybe trying to get a third fight, I get one more fight of you under contract, Deontay, for DAZN, or just anything, you know? Because Eddie Hearn gets a lot of hate. I think ultimately a lot of this hate is just coming from the stalling of this fight. Because I do believe probably between Hearn, Bob Arum, those are probably the top 2 promoters in the sport right now. Arum guides you well. He builds you up in your career, and he really gives you tough fights, but don't put you in there too soon. But he doesn't give you bullshit fights to build you up the whole time. And he has his alliances, you know, with the WBO. And Eddie Hearn, he's good for building you up. That fucker will get you fights. That's why I said when he got the HBO and it's the DAZN contract, I was down with the HBO and Eddie Hearn deal. I'm down with the DAZN and Eddie Hearn deal because Eddie Hearn keeps a fighter busy, and that's what he's always talking about. I keep you busy. I keep you busy. I put money in your pocket. I put money in your pocket. Now, unfortunately, the double-edged sword to that is he's keeping you busy, but us the fans don't always get the best entertainment from that. A perfect example, like I'm pretty sure Danny Jacobs ain't mad because he's getting paid on a regular basis, but he's fought Luis Cuba, Malik Shalucky, and there's not even now he's getting a nice fight with Sergey Derevchenko, but that's not an Eddie Hearn doing. That's an IBF mandate in that fight. So who knows where Jacobs would have been without that mandate. So he keeps his fighters busy, but what fights are the entertainment value? And that's the only draw. Luis Ortiz, when Eddie Hearn signed him, we're like, oh shit, Luis Ortiz and Joshua's gonna happen. He gave Luis Ortiz, Malik Scott, and David Allen. He even put David Allen on the undercard of Anthony Joshua Molina, hoping to build it up. You got Luis Ortiz on the undercard, blah, blah, blah. Shit never happened. And then just recently, announcement, he signs Amir Khan. Everyone's thinking, oh, he signed Amir Khan because he got Kell Brook and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. First fight back, fine, Greco, nothing wrong with that. Just announced he got Samuel Vargas. And then Khan's already saying that's a Pacquiao-Matisse eliminator. That's not that bad as a third fight contract ending. But how many times have we heard Khan talk the name Pacquiao to build up something? And then he's taking Brook to 154. Strategically moving him around, getting him a nice. He's a good promoter. He's doing his damn job really well. He had Brook fight Rabachenko, and now he's gonna have him fight Cook. He's lining him up well for a Charlo shot in the future, perhaps. So it's like I said, I like the way Eddie Hearn promotes. Take away this whole stalling of the Joshua Wilder fight. The fucker he does what he said he's gonna do. He gives you fights. Now it's up to you to look impressive in the shit fights he give you to get better fights. Because if you don't look impressive in the shit fights, it makes him harder to give you better fights. If you knock some dude the fuck out, I'm like, oh, hey, give him someone else. But Luis Ortiz was struggling against Malik Scott and David Allen. So it's like, he could have still got the Anthony Joshua fight. He still got, and he has a WBA connection. It's very obvious Eddie Hearn has a WBA connection with the way he did that to Luis Ortiz. Very obvious, Signs Luis Ortiz, who's #1 contender at the time for the WBA. Gives him some fights, make him think he's gonna win it. Well, make him think he's gonna get that Joshua thing. Like, I put you on the undercard. Oh, I promise you this. Joshua will fight Klitschko. Take your spot. I know you're #1. You want to fight Joshua. Remember, it was supposed to be Luis Ortiz versus Joshua, not Klitschko versus Joshua. And even if it was so, well, he could have fought Klitschko, but it shouldn't have been for the WBA belt. That was Luis Ortiz's opportunity. Eddie Hearn talked to Luis Ortiz, who fell for it, and the WBA overruled. Like, okay, Klitschko could slide in and take that vacant title shot that Luis Ortiz was supposed to get. And he's supposed to be the next one they fight for it. Klitschko beats him. WBA suspends Luis Ortiz for failing a WBC drug test. So it's conspiracy theories, but I still think that was all Eddie Hearn. So a great promoter, keeps you busy, has high strings to pull for you when you need them. Nothing wrong about Eddie Hearn. You know, just I think all the backlash comes from this stall of this one fight. And like I said, I really don't have no problem with it because I never made high hopes for this fight to happen. Like I said, if you watch the Double RT Boxing Show, I don't make too many Joshua and Wilder videos because I don't believe in it, and it's a waste of my time and a waste of your time. Even though it's high boxing, it scratches the itch. It'll probably help my channel out, help the show out. But the Double RT Boxing is about worldwide boxing talk, not just bringing in fancy book cover reviews. You know what I mean? I would like my show to grow faster and faster. I'm on the Twitter, Double RTB Show. Hopefully that helps. But I'm not gonna just do shows to click on the views. I'm relying on me putting out good content. I'm relying on the audience to help me. So help me by hitting this thumbs up. Hit it. Let's get I get an average anywhere from 2 to 7 thumbs up. So let's get this one to 10 thumbs up. Share this on Twitter. You know, share it worldwide. Please subscribe. Leave some comments down below. And just like I said again, hit the thumbs up and help the show. And if you're a new viewer, hope you become a new subscriber. And enjoy the show and stay tuned in. I'm your host, Mr.A. Thank you for your time and support. This is the Ready Talk Boxing Show, the Double RT Boxing Show with Mr.A. Thumbs up. You deserve it. So can I get one back?